solemnly swear, from this moment forward, that I will never lose again. Until the day comes when I defeat him and take his title. I will never be defeated. Is that okay? King of the Pirates!
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Ball Talk. In today's episode, we're gonna go on with the pattern I said we would, which would be talking footy, soccer, football, as well as the basketball we regularly have on the channel. Although we have been a bit slow on uploads, hopefully we can get a more consistent schedule as college work starts to be more planned and organized. But anyway, we can just start really with the WNBA. In terms of men's basketball, it's really nothing much. Like, I'm a Warriors fan, and I am extremely upset with the situation our team is in. Like, the organization doesn't want to do anything. Mike Dunleavy celebrated his birthday. You go in the comment section, it's people just raging. Like, people reactions from an upset NBA fan base. It's crazy that we're maybe a month out from the start of the season and you don't have 10 men on your roster, registered fully on your roster. Not to mention Kuminga's been playing all summer. Like, dude, if you don't want to take the contract, leave. Like, we can't keep having these debates. They gave you what they capped their spending at, and then you're like, no, you're not taking it. Then that's fine. Go somewhere else. Like, trying to still create storylines and be like, the Warriors are stunting my growth. The Warriors are destroying my development. It's like, okay, like, you have your issues with the team, but like, you also, don't you want to benefit your career? So why not just leave? I don't know. Like, and the front office make moves this has been 4 months, man. Like, just do anything. Like, he can't. What are you gonna do as like a fan? As basically, like, you can't do anything if you're not in the organization. Steph Curry's gonna pull up and play 4-guard lineup with Draymond Green at the center's position. Like, it's not gonna work. Like, Steph has maybe the best. Maybe let's say his peak ended in 2023, right after the Winter Soldier Curry arc or whatever. You still have very good Steph for the rest of his career, probably for maybe at most 2 years, at most 2 more seasons. And you're wasting it. What the flip do you mean? Like, you're waiting till 2027 because Giannis and Jokic would be on the market and you don't want to get your cap. What? Like, use your flipping brains, bro. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. You don't want to make a move. Why are you trying to say like you're waiting? I'm waiting for Giannis by 2027. So I'm going to tank with the greatest player in my franchise still being able to perform consistently. There is no plan around Steph. They keep saying they went all in. They went all in with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is not going to fix the big man issues. He's not going to fix the stretch issues. He's not going to fix the defensive issues. At least not on his own. You build a team around the players that can help you win. So now you don't just have good players or great players or whatever. You have a squad that can compete. Last year was the most open I think it's gonna be in the last since 2021. Like, it was open 2021 for the Bucks and all, with the Hawks and the Bucks basically making it to the ECF. But like, you still can't. Steph got hurt, but even if you didn't, I don't know. You don't know if you go on to beat OKC. Unlikely. You beat OKC, I'm more confident you can beat Indiana. But still, you don't know any of this. And the fact of the matter is, whether or not Steph got injured, the hypotheticals don't matter. He's out. So what do? You regroup and you try and go again. Not only did you lose Kevon Looney, like what? You lost Kevon, but you barely have any man on your roster. It is so insane. Like, what's the plan? No idea. What's the make draft picks that can supremely change the franchise when the 1 year you had a tank year with your best players out? No. Make the wrong choice after wrong choice after wrong choice. Sure, Pods and Trace and Post have not been bad at all, but like obviously they're nowhere near generational players, right? At least not from what I've seen so far. If they surprise me, I'll shut up. But like, so what do you expect from the fans or from Steph? Like, what do you expect Steph to do? Steph should go out there. Steph is getting guarded more aggressively and more tightly than he was guarded at his peak. And he's 37, 38 now, whatever, how old he is, however old he is. How in the world do you expect him to keep playing like this? He can't produce as much as he would be able to because of the system. Like, wow, I am so upset every time I think about, like, I take a sec to like think about what is wrong with this organization. But it is what it is. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, maybe watch a couple big games, Christmas game, opening night, whatever. But man, this team flipping sucks, man. And then talking just the WNBA, Paige is your rookie of the year. Pretty deserved. I know people will be like, she did not impact her franchise or whatever, but like in comparison to Caitlin Clark, right? I think Paige had maybe a slightly better season, but like if you want to talk overall, due to the fact that the Fever actually made the playoffs, actually looked like a better team than they were, you give Caitlin, which again is not a wrong pick. These are all opinions, but like you also have to consider that Caitlin went on a team that just had the NBA Rookie of the Year, and she came in obviously being the best player in the draft class to a team where all the system is already set up. Like Caitlin is in a team where she can shine and play to her best. It takes a lot more work for Paige to do what she would do in UConn in the WNBA. It is a crazy type of phenomenon, but like it happens and it contributed to the output you saw from Paige, contributed to the output you saw from everyone really. I like just like to think about like now the playoffs. Nafisa Coulier, honestly, that's my MVP for the regular season. 50, 40, 90 on 20 plus PPG, right? Like she's in an elite club of maybe 4 or 5 players. And she is super good defensively, two-way, awesome player overall. Unfortunately, they matched up my favorite WNBA team in the Lynx with the team that the Valkyries basically. So obviously, I don't really know what to root for. I'm just being a fan of basketball. But like even people like AJ Wilson now show you consistently every game why they're respected and revered the way they are. Even in the if you take a look at like yesterday's game where the Aces lost, like AJ gave you 21 and 13 on damn near 60% field goal percentage. Jackie Young gave you 25. Joe Lloyd gave you 44. So like it's crazy when you see situations like this. Someone else people were really, really talking crazy about was Brittany Skies. She was awful and could not contribute to the game whatsoever. So it was no surprise when she was taking out the game in the fourth and then they sparked the run, sealed the game as a result. Even the Fever too are like going crazy. Kelsey Mitchell, I think in my eyes, one of the more underrated players in the WNBA, in like as a whole. She does so much for her team. She obviously would not get the credit or the eyes on like CC does, but she is extremely good, extremely effective at whatever she puts herself into. And that is something I love out of watching those games. I think yesterday she had 19, 4 assists. I think Aaliyah Boston also had 15, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Yeah, like And then I think game was 1 for like the Aces. No, but yeah, like it's gonna be a struggle really to see what is gonna entail today. Like even today, early on, before I record this video, like the Mercury pumped stuff, the Liberty. Like I'm telling you, some days like Sabrina shoots her teams out the game. Maybe not her teams, but she definitely shoots herself out the game. Like Brianna Stewart took 6 shots. How many did Sabrina take? 13. How many did she make? 3. 3 for 13 from the field, 1 for 8 from 3 is diabolical. Also missing 4 free throws. 28% through shooting, bro. Come on, man. We gotta do better. But yeah, it is what it is. And we're obviously like pretty early on. Again, even though it's less games to win, we're still gonna see like, okay, let's see how the season progresses. Let's see how it moves on. And
Last shot to win it. Steph on the sideline. It's 7 and 5 and 4.